faith will see us through. May peace reign from shore to shore. And God bless and keep us true.
Thank you, Denise. Well done. You may have your seats, sorry. I know Calypsonians like to be on their feet. I'm not sure about the judges, but... So let me give my welcome to our judges workshop for Calypso Soca and Ragga Soca, much needed training exercise. Today our facilitator, Dr. Cleve Scott, put your hands together for Dr. Scott, who I'm sure will impart great information, great training for us here today. To give you a more official welcome, put your hands together as the president of the Calypsonian Association, Mr. Earl Bennett, bring you the opening remarks.
Good morning, Chanel, and thank you very much. I had to take a second listen, because when I hear my name, I always hear Kava. So I was looking around the room to know who is Earl Bennett. You know, I'm so much accustomed to Kava. Good morning, everyone. Good morning to the viewing audience. Mr. Cleve Scott, Dr. Cleve Scott, that is, facilitator for this workshop. Mr. Lancelot Chapman, Secretary of the St. Grenadines Calypso Association. Miss Chanel Mackenzie, 10th leader of Upstage Experience, and other Calypsonians. President of AMP is AMP, Mrs. Marva Brian Morgan, members of the media, and everyone here is important, but the judges, it is not called a judges workshop simply because we want to call it a judges workshop. It is called a judges workshop because it's primarily for the judges. This is where I'm going to take a pause and put on my spectacles and read what the objectives of this workshop is. It's important that we know what we are working towards. And I applaud Dr. Scott for coming up with this program. So I want you to listen carefully to what the objectives are, because that is what the working session, these are the outcomes that you're looking for. Let me start here and put on my 4 eyes. Objective number 1. Share as Calypsonians, artists, Calypso, Soca, Ragga connoisseurs, and Calypso judges, adjudicators, our own experiences, knowledge, doubts. Doubts, I want to pay attention to that. An interest in relation to what is good song and a good performance. Objective number 2. To examine the judging criteria for Calypso, Soca, and Ragga Soca competitions for 2024. And finally, objective 3, to examine the role of the auditor and how judges' points are used to determine results. Now, with those objectives, if you work assiduously and diligently, if you work together, we can achieve great things. This judges' workshop is needed. Like any other profession, nothing is stagnant. You need to refresh. You need to re-examine what was before you as Calypso evolve. And I am saying Calypso here, and I'm going to clarify. In the objectives, I said Calypso, Ragga Soca, Soca. If you know me, you know I'm an advocate. And I've said that the whole genre is Calypso. And for clarity, we call what we call traditional Calypso. I call it Calypso. Ragga Soca and Soca. As far as I'm concerned, all of them are Calypso. You go to Trinidad and you hear the Calypso that won the road march is so and so. And always in recent times, the Calypso is actually what we call, what Trinidadians call a power soca. So let's embrace all of Calypso and let us also I will never be at a platform and not defend, not advocate, not speak loudly about Ragga Soca. As far as I am concerned, and remember, I am an expert, but my information tells me that Ragga Soca was born in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And when we have our baby, we must nurture our baby. We must feed our baby well. We must do all what is good to ensure that our baby grows gracefully, healthy, and I will add the word, delightfully. But today, this morning, going to this afternoon, be critical, but be cordial. Be an active participant, because this is for the better and the growth of Calypso. We need to have a better understanding of what we see as Calypso. You cannot have one idea of what Calypso is, and I have another idea, and George has another idea, and Blaze has another idea. What is going to happen? We are not going to judge the same thing. We might be judging apples and oranges. So this workshop, and again, I have to salute you, Dr. Scott. This workshop, at the end of it, we must be in a better place. Do not be afraid. Do not be reluctant to share your ideas. So that at the end of this, when we are going home, we know Calypso judging for 2024, we have it in a better place. Have a productive workshop. Again, be an active participant, and may God bless all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Bennett. Let me apologize for the absence of Mr. Adams, chairman of the CDC. He had prior engagements, so we accept his apology. Now, to hand you over to the facilitator, I want you to put your hands together and welcome Dr. Cleve Scott. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Chanel. And you're not recording today, so you don't have to worry. Good morning, everyone. Nice to be here. Just to mention that Ricky, Mr. Adams, the chairman, he was here earlier, but he had to leave to go to another meeting. However, he left a video greeting. At some point in the day, you might be able to show that back, right? Right, good. Good morning. And good morning to the folks in New York, Dynamites, Rejector. Who else we have there? Who else we have? Monty from New York. Frankie Edwards, right. We will hear from him a little later on. I want to begin by introducing myself, because a lot of you know me, but you really don't know me, right? Now, I was born in Stubbs. My mother's maiden name is a McDonald, and my middle name is McDonald, which makes me and Blazer Williams family. That's Blazer. And the first Calypso I ever recorded in a recording studio, Blazer, through Projects Promotion, funded it, called Friends of Freedom by Papi. And it was arranged by Geoff Venner. Okay? But that was not my beginning in Calypso. My beginning was Calypso. It's a night, my father told me to put on my clothes, and I was in Victoria Park, and I hear a man sang a song, say they go ban it, and the whole park mash up, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the fuss about. But when I became older, I recognized that I was very privileged to have been there at the time. Because in fact, Patches will tell you before the song finished, it was banned. And Patches, what year that was? 19? Blazer, can't remember? Blazer had to be 72 or 73. I'm telling you. What year? 77? All right, all you going. Go ahead with me and dates. All right. Huh? Wait, no man, hold on. This is Vogue, and Vogue will introduce itself in detail, and he teaches in Stony Ground School. He gave me a couple lashes too, so thanks for being here, Vogue. Right? Right. And I started in Calypso. My father was an ardent lover of Calypso. And when it was time for the common entrance, he gave me a book called The Rudiments and Theory of Music. And he said, your son, your brother, my first son, he ain't learned nothing in school. And he showed me a record called Billowmen. You all know about Billowmen? You all know, but Monty, you come up here and help me, man. Monty, come. I can't talk and project everything. Put in the code. 0769. Right. Go to YouTube, type in Billowmen. And I call it and you type in Billowmen, YouTube. Right, so my brother's name is Oscar Scott. And he joined a band called Billowmen. Billowmen was a band formed by a fella from Trinidad named Bill Thomas. At the time, they wanted to move Calypso to another level. And in Dominica, they introduced a thing called Cadanza Blazer, Cadanza Lipso, right? And out of Cadanza Lipso, it came, well, Vogue over there, smile like Vogue, remember. Billowmen, you got YouTube? O-M-E-N. B-I-L-L-O-M-E-N. So this is a mixture of Calypso and African that they call Cadence Lipso. Right, play. African music.
Tutti the music, Nigeria, Congo, Ghana, music Ashanti, music Mozambique, music Voodoo, mélange avec tabou, music with tempo, music avec mon show, music in Africa, rhythm avec vocal.
Right, so that's Billowmen, African music. Hope you're seeing well. Seeing well? We don't want to put the whole place in darkness, can they want it? Junior? Right, okay. Oh, everything on one switch. You could work with that, right? Good, right, nice. Good. So, Billowmen, my brother, Oscar Scott, is playing trumpet. And he has been playing trumpet in Billowmen first, had been playing trumpet. But after Billowmen, he went to Antigua and he joined a band called the VINCENT Brass. Now, the funny thing about telling these kinds of stories, sometimes you hear this thing and it don't make no sense to you. La VINCENT Brass is the same band that Frankie McIntosh left St. Vincent and went to Antigua, and from Antigua, he went to New York. Okay? So the point I'm making is that sometimes you see me and you don't understand the global connection and communication. But coming back to St. Vincent, I entered the professional music industry in 1984 when I became a member of Touch. And from 1984 till now, I've been a member at Touch. In the Calypso business, from 1985, I started working with Calypso tents. I am home. My father tell me somebody out there. Fellas say they have a tent in Bible. They want me to come and help. Fellas come from Beckway, all over. If they have a Calypso tent in this country, I haven't worked with. Not a Calypso tent. I've done all kinds of things. Help with arranging. You will never believe. It have times, had to fight with my partner Rejector, had to fight with my partner Hyper, had to fight with Vibrance in Skates. Don't do it that way, perhaps thinking that way and so on. All right? So the point is that when it comes to Calypso and St. Vincent, from a very early part of my life, then came the major part when in 1991, I was asked to engineer in Victoria Park. And I engineered in Victoria Park till I tired. Till I was bony, I get fat, till I didn't have varicose vein, and the doctor tell me you stand up too long. You get varicose vein, right? And in 2000, as I was completing my PhD in Barbados, the National Culture Foundation called me. They said, we have been reliably informed that you are one of the most knowledgeable persons in Calypso in the Caribbean. We want you to judge the Pick-Up the Crop finals. I thought it was a joke until I got a letter. So I judged the Pick-Up the Crop 2000, 2001. At the end of the 2001 season, CBC TV called me. They said, we don't want you to judge next year. We want you to work with us to be our critic. And I've been doing that from 2002 up until today. Anything to do with culture, music. If you watch Kai Festa, you all watch Kai Festa in Barbados, and next year's Kai Festa and so on and so on. And one time, I was walking down Manhattan, and I saw a man watching me. My wife said, you know, if there's a man watching you, probably he want to rob you. I said, no, if he wanted to rob me, you would have tried already. So I go across to the fella and say, excuse me, why are you watching me so? He said, I know you. I said, you know me? How you know me? He said, yeah, I just pay to watch you up here on TV. He said, well, you know all them things about Calypso, where you know them things from? I say, St. Vincent. He said, nah. Nobody in St. Vincent gonna know someone from Calypso, you're telling lie. I say, well, you know, come to my mind, Carnival History. You all know Carnival History by Beckett, right? You all know Carnival History? Younger person? Beckett? Beckett come to my mind. I say, boy, you never hear about vibrating skates. You never hear about Vorgo. You never hear about blazer. Huh? You never hear about patches. You never hear about paper bag. But a man no more than is where I learned from. Right? And he said, well, that means St. Vincent has a rich future in Calypso. That is my introduction to say to you that it doesn't matter how much you think we are going through. Always reflect on your strong legacy and where we are and where we can go. And that is the purpose of the workshop. Not because you have been a judge for the last 30 years, you shouldn't think you have it locked down. Not because we have been doing it before 1977. And if you take from 77, you do the maths, we're almost another half a century. One thing I like about the Barbadian society is that they always reflect, strategize to move forward. I thank all of you for coming here because it means that you want us to go to the next level. All right? So the first thing I want you to do around the table is for everyone to introduce themselves, Calypso, music, whatever. Tell us why you are here, what you expect to get. If you're here to try to make noise with the CDC for more money, let us know. And we're going to start with DeVince because DeVince is a very good orator.
Should I stand up?
It's for the camera, right?
All right, okay, so should I stand up? Well, I've been in Calypso since Patches tell me come and join the Future Stars Calypso tent. Look him there. If I lie, you could tell you I lie.
What year?
I don't remember. I'm not good on that kind of time.
You can't remember that?
No. Patches, what time was the Future Stars?
Yeah, 85, 85.
All right.
85, 86.
So that year,
First song you did.
I sang, I can't even remember that. It might have been the donkey ride.
Don't get what?
Phoenix.
Right, and then after that, it's Greetings from Victoria Park.
Yeah, I did greetings from Victoria Park with cakes at the Calypso Theatre. Because at that point I was with a young man called Walter Sneelisiam McDowell, who you all know as the Phoenix. And every Calypso tent that I went to, Phoenix was my friend all from Canada. We met in Canada when I was a rock and roll artist. And he was also into rock and roll. So when he came home, we just kind of melded. But anyhow, Phoenix sang Let Me Through, Victoria Park, Tiger Shark. D4 was in that tent. Anyhow, we had, of course, patches and a lot of young men you see now walking around and playing there's musician and thing. That's the man who bring them into the fold. Anyhow, I've had various experiences. This year, when you hear my song, which is called "They Don't Want Da Vinci in the Party," you will know what I'm singing because I'm only singing about myself and my experience in the business. So you might have to wait a little bit longer. Yes.
You didn't mention Trinidad.
Well, I grew up, my mother took me out of here when I was about 3 years old, and I went to Trinidad. And I'll tell you something which I always remember. When we got in one of them vessels there and sailed down to Trinidad, and when we got into the customs area and the immigration area, I was a little boy. And the first thing I said to them was this, because this was a calypso that was very prevalent in them days. It says, "Small island, go back where you really come from." And that's what I said to those people at the immigration. And all of them said, "Oh, good boy, that little boy, they're rude boy." It asked my mother to give me to them. But what happened at that point, that all the customs and all the immigration moved out of the way, and we had no problems getting in. That's the power of Calypso.
Yes, well, I started at the Teachers College in 1975, 1973, sorry, yes. 73, yes, around that time, yeah, when I was at Teachers College. And I was named Virgo by the students out there because Virgons seem to have dominated in the population at the college, right? We used to say without Virgo, there'll be no September because I am the last day in August. So most of my students do remember me, my birthday on that day. So when I sang the Calypso, it was problems in St. Vincent. Things are so rough, salaries not enough, so St. Vincent got to be tough. That was my first Calypso. Then I used to be out and in and out and in. Right. Yeah, 75, yes. Actually, I was sick on that day, so I
Don't take a pause there. The point I'm making is for you to understand how
yeah.
what Calypso sings about historically is part of the reality. It's not fiction, as some people think, you know?
Yeah. But fortunately on that day, well, fortunately or unfortunately, I fell ill on that day and I didn't go to college, and because that was the year I concluded college, right? The students, I didn't know before that they were going to strike. Otherwise, I would have, I would have braved the sickness, the illness, and come, But I avoided the locking up and all that, although it didn't really matter to me. But I continued to sing Calypso. And I sang some topics like, this system won't change unless we the people change. I don't know if people remember that. When I sang Stooges to the Committee, that was a Calypso that was really saying that we were foolish and that the committee, which was CDC, was doing us whatever they wanted to do us,
That's the one get people back to like you.
You got to sing them something jumpy, hit them something sexy, So they could clap their paws, skin their teeth like ape and monkeys. That was really a part that referred to the judges. But generally, I was talking about the mishandling of the committee at the time, by the committee of the Calypso, you know. And I went on to sing other, but one of the songs that I like most is Too Many Criminals, you know. Too many criminals running wild, too many, you know. I love that song. I was in and out, and I always used to be in the preliminaries, you know, I made that, and my bad luck was after I go, I think it's 1 or 2 times I made finals, I can't remember. But I always loved Calypso, because where I was born at Kingston Park, the mighty Sheller was one of the residents there, right? And I was close to Sheller. My family and we were always around Sheller, and he always singing Calypso with his culture, you know. And my brother Allington. And I used to sing Calypso too. And even in my primary school days, I remember singing a Calypso there. So I always loved Calypso. And I remember there are hundreds of songs that I know word for word for most Calypsonians in St. Vincent, Trinidad, all over the world, where Calypso is being sung. When I like a Calypso, I learn every word of the Calypso, right? And I memorize it. And so that is why I think that I'm not really boasting, I'm very strong when it comes to melody and theme and so on. I can recall so many Calypsos that people use when I see this one resemble it in the theme and all that, you know, because I remember songs word for word and sing them. Shark, there was Sparrow, Beckett, all these people, you know. And I became interested in it more and more, and then I got into the judging. As you know, I was chief judge for many years and so on, but because of my fear of flight, I don't like to fly anymore. Yeah.
Kitchener, he went to England in Monty, in 1948 on a ship called the Empire Windrush. I'm coming to you. Thanks, Vogo. I'm coming to you. And the BBC went down to the port. That was after the Second World War, to welcome them. The idea was you had all of these people who fought in the Second World War for Britain from the Empire. And when they got back, they found unemployment, so they decided to give them a chance to resettle in England. It's called the Windrush. Windrush. So Kitchener, Kitcher, ENNER. Empire, 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 EMPIRE. Windrush, WIND. Windrush, wind, WIND, Windrush. RUSH. Yeah, enter. This is very important. I want to show you the... Hold on. This is very important. Just bear with me.
Arrivals at Heathrow. Film star Ingrid Bergman and director Alfred Hitchcock come in from Hollywood. Pathay's reporter and Hitch swap jobs. Our reporter directs and Hitchcock puts the questions.
Is it your first time in England?
No. This is the second part of the video.
You'll be happy to know I spent my honeymoon in England.
Now Hitch poses a weighty question.
Tell me, I think that the diet in England is going to do you a lot of good. Doesn't
Yes,
do me any good, I might tell you.
No?
But it's going to be good for you?
Well, I don't worry about it, but I worry about you a bit.
Well, thank
Yes?
you very much, and please go on worrying.
The Swedish-born actress, wearing no makeup, yet looking lovelier than Hollywood has pictured her, has come over here to star in a British film. Arrivals at Tilbury.
This is it.
The Empire Windrush brings to Britain 500 Jamaicans. Many are ex-servicemen who know England. They served this country well. In Jamaica, they couldn't find work. Discouraged but full of hope, they sailed for Britain, citizens of the British Empire coming to the mother country with good intent. Prodded by public opinion, the Colonial Office gives them a more cordial reception than was at first envisaged. Many are to be found jobs. Our reporter asks them what they want to do.
Now, why have you come to England? To seek a job. And what sort of job do you want? Any type, so long as I get a good pay.
Some will go into industry, others intend to rejoin the services.
Now, you're ex-Air Force, aren't you? Yes. Are you going back into the Air Force again? Yes. Do you know if you'll be accepted? I think so.
Some plan to return to Jamaica when conditions improve.
I'd like to ask you, please, are you a single man?
I am a single man. Only my mother that is depending on me.
That's Kaba.
And I'm also an ex-serviceman.
You're ex-service, RAF,
yeah, RAF. I took a course in Scotland in case making, and I'm desirous of going back there to see if I can further, because I like it very much, and I'm trying to help myself and also help my mom.
Their spokesman sings his thanks to Britain.
Kitchener, pay attention.
Now, may I ask you your name?
Lord Kitchener.
Lord Kitchener. Now, I'm told that you are really the king of Calypso singers. Is that right?
Yes, that's
well, now, will you
true.
sing for us?
Right now.
Yes.
London is the place for me. London, this lovely city. You can go to France or America, India, Asia, or Australia, but you must come back to London City. Well, believe me, I am speaking broad-mindedly. I am glad to know my mother country. I've been traveling the countries years ago, but this is the place I wanted to know, darling, London. This is the place for me.
That's 1948. I'm coming down, don't worry. What is your name? Can you tell me your name?
Da Vinci.
You get it. Now, in England in 1948, BBC reporter, what is your name? The Lord Kitchener. He's a real out-of-place black man, eh? Eh? What is his name? What is his name?
Lord Kitchener.
What is his government name? Alwyn Roberts. Alwyn Roberts. You failed the first course. Alwyn Roberts, a.k.a. the Lord Kitchener. And he went to England, he's in boat. And up until when I entered the business, when we want to bring Kitchener here, he said he come on no plane. All right. But notice how he sang. How did he sing? How did he sing?
Real powerful.
Extempo, basically.
Extemporaneously. Write it down. Everybody write it down. The traditional Calypsonian is a person who can sing extemporaneously. If you singing on a stage and the band will say the band bust the band stop, watch Patches. He ain't coming after stage. You see Patches? You all watch your Patches go on the stage? One thing I learned about Calypso, from the time you hear the band start, I accustomed to see men. But there are some people singing nowadays, days are coming so. You want to know how the hell they're singing and they're walking so. How are you keeping your time in? How are you keeping your time in? We continue. Introduce yourself.
Okay, for those of you who don't come in, my name is James Wrong, better known to most of my fans as Father and Fellas. I see a lot of familiar faces around here, especially Brother Patches. I know you might not recognize me, but with ambassadors when they were there. And now Dr. Scott, you said something I really saw you one time using your foot. Right, that's his rhythm. Actually, I'm from North Windward. I'm representing the North Windward tent, right? I'm not a Calypsonian, but I got involved because from school, popular theater. And I spoke to the guys, I listened to a lot of posters sometimes. They be on a bus, and they be talking about composition and so. And I try to tell them, if you're making a song, make it one that could live on. Share what they could do or what they couldn't do. I remember too when Brother Blazer used to come around Georgetown and with the drum and that kind of rhythm everybody bouncing. So how could you get to your audience? And my dear sister here This will keep me in, you know. When I try to give it up, I'm not a singer, but it's something coming from us black people. And we have to really spread this message. And I was whispering to her when I look around and see the empty chairs around here. We have to do grassroots calypsonian. Grassroots calypso rather. So that when Brother Patches gone on the other side, and my good friend over there, I love to see you put your moving for me, Jaman, right? And they're relaxing. That we could get a younger quarter person sitting around here and having this thing that you could go back to like Dr. Scott and go back to America anyway and say, okay, I could come to Vinci and have something real good. That is why I still and would be involved with Calypso. Right, Brother Lance?
Okay, greetings to everyone again, and welcome, homie, and welcome to Tajo. And those persons who are online, let me say a warm welcome to them also, to the Dynamite Calypso tent. Well, I guess most people in here know me, and I'm very familiar with everybody's face. I must start by saying, to be in Calypso, you have to love Calypso. And I do believe that because of the love that I have for Calypso, why I am here in this meeting, this symposium today, because, you know, my love continued to grow for the art form. I started off singing with Bassi Alexander, the El Grupo Amistad. That might have been around maybe 76, because I think I'm in this business about 30 years now, right? I'm in this business off and on about 30 years. And from El Grupo Amistad, with the Spanish songs that we used to sing and the rhythm, you know, I always loved Calypso. From there, I joined the Graduates. And I spent a very long time with Graduate. I also sang with the Dynamites in the United States. I sang with Oscar James, sorry. He had a little band together. So I have been around in the business for quite a while, and I am definitely enjoying, you know, what I am into. But I really wish that more young people can actually get involved. This is something that I believe that we should really start doing. Getting these things more to the schools. I believe once we start, you know, taking Calypso more often to the school and getting the younger people involved, they will definitely get to love and understand what Calypso is all about, because most of these young people, they don't know what is Calypso. And as we have heard today, the music that they really gravitate to is definitely a different, you know, music. You can't even tell them about Calypso. So I really would like to encourage, you know, the whole, more young people into this art form. Thank you, Dr. Cleve.
When you come to Calypso, you call me Cleve. Cleve. Dr. Scott. No. When you're watching the finals in Barbados, you Cleve. You're not a doctor, not the Cleve. Right? Scotty, of course. I say, I can't come and call you Mr. So-and-so, King or Knight. So, Patches, when we do with Calypso. Yeah, Tajon, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Right. Thank you very much. I'm going to show you the introduction of this documentary. It's called Calypso Dreams. It's on YouTube. There are different parts. This documentary was produced by Ring Bang Productions. Ring Bang, you all know Ring Bang, right? At one point, they say, okay, how do we move from Calypso to Soca to what in academic terms we call now post-Soca? Soca, man, you hear that? Post-Soca. What is the next level after Soca, post-Soca? So Ragga Soca is post-Soca, Ring Bang is post-Soca, Power Soca is post-Soca, Bashment Soca is post-Soca, and you have Popso. You all know about Popso? No? Of course you all know about Popso. Caballo and talk about, huh? Popso, P-O-P-S-O. Popso. Hmm? Yeah, so Rapso. Rapso is post soca too, right? Popso. Popso was a name given by VP Records to a collection of songs when we came up with Turn Me On. Because Turn Me On, as you know, came out during Carnival, and people say it in soca. Some people say it's Ragga Soca. Some people said was dancehall. VP Records decided to call it Popso. And on that same album, you have Marshall Montano with, that track was called Carnival. What was the name of the lady with that? Was it Destra? It's Carnival. Come on, Shannon, help me with it.
Yes, Destra.
First channel. I know you know.
Carnival in TNT is so special to all of we.
Stop showing off. So that album was called Popso. All right. Eddie Grant owns Ring Bang. Eddie Grant is one of the most important personality in the development of Calypso and Soca since the 1980s. Almost all of those hits you hear for Touch, we recorded them at Eddie Grant. Because of Touch, I learned top-notch engineering and production at Eddie Grant. In a kind of way, what you hear in Turn Me On is influenced by a lot that I learned at Eddie Grant. Younger producers who do what I call layering with 5 and 6 and 7, 10 vocals, I also brought that here. I learned it from Eddie Grant. I brought it here. I taught Adrian Bailey how to do it, and then other people come and see it, and then it's now mainstream. It's so mainstream now that the youngsters, I bring something, and they're telling me what to do and how to do it. That's the funny thing. And it's like you telling Brian Lara how to hook off the, y'all know about cricket? To hook off the pads, right, Patches? Right. So what I want you to appreciate is how Eddie Grant, one of the most wealthiest men in the music industry in the world. In fact, this month in England, they are celebrating 500 years of Black British music. And he has been selected as one of the top 10 most influential Black British musicians. I worked for a British organization called Oxfam for about 10 years. And they would ask me, do you know Eddie Grant? I said, yes, I could take you there. You know, they would terrorize me until I take them there. But they can't believe in their mind that I know Eddie Grant and I could just go by his house like that. So Eddie Grant, he invested money and did this video to document Calypso because he was one of the earliest persons to try to transform the music. I will play you Hello Africa, the Soca Man, Ragga Man. I want you to understand how the thing evolved. So let's, yeah.
In 1979, when the volcano erupted, I headed for England. And it was Carnival time when I got there in England. And there was, in that place where they have the Carnival, but there was a bridge over there, Notting Hill. There's a bridge over there, and the people were playing reggae under that bridge, live band. This is the first time I ever seen this happen in my life. And over there was Eddie Grant with a booth playing Calypso records. And nobody was over there, but they were all by Eddie Grant.
Thank you for that, Lance. Right. So he did this video, and one of the reasons he did it, how many of you know about the Roaring Lion? Yeah. Attila the Hun. Yeah. Right. Right? He took a lot of these songs and modernized them and recorded them. He bought the biggest, what's the word we use, Lance, all the music, catalog of Calypso. He bought all the Sparrow, all the Kitchener. When the Trinidadians find out 10 years later the value, they start to make noise about talking, and he said, listen, man. He said, Cleve, man, I ain't about it, man. I just give it back to them. But I was just trying to preserve the culture. They think I want to make money out of it, yeah. And he gave it back to them, right? The catalog. But he still owns the biggest catalog. There are Vincentian Calypsos from the 1960s that I heard by him that I never hear in St. Vincent. Because we don't have in St. Vincent a song archive. And Cab, I hope you're listening, share not water, right? Those are things we need to be thinking about. How do we preserve our Calypso? Calypso dreams. Monty, you have it? Monty?
Bam bam bam, balam bam bam bam, pili mili, bam 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 bam, balam bam bam bam, pading, bailam bam, bam bali dali delim blum blam blam plidim, ali de la ile de lamp bim, tadle delim blum blim blam dim.
It's a living vibration rooted deep within my Caribbean belly. Lyrics to make a politician cringe or turn a woman's body into jelly. It's a sweet soca music. You could never refuse it. It make you shake like a shango. And why the hell you're shaking, you don't know. Calypso music.
It was a bacchanal, 1950 carnival. Fight for show with invaders and Tokyo. My friend run and left his hat. When they hit him a baseball hat, I have to explain. Still band don't have no riot again. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Bam bam bam. Bottles start pelting. If you see sleds passing, husband and wife, look, they start running for their life. An Indian man selling bread, shout out, Lord, today are dead, never me again. To jump in a steel van in Port of Spain. Hey! Da, 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 da.
Calypso to me is dear to my heart. After God, my wife, Calypso.
Every song that they make in America is about love. But we sing from politics to sport, to science, to whatever. Education, it is recorded in Calypso.
I consider the Calypsonian as the old African storyteller. You know, that guy will go from village to village just spreading the word. And the old African storyteller is just the man that's supposed to go around and keep the good works and the deeds of your heroes alive.
Calypsonian is a poor man newspaper. A Calypsonian is the person to tell the people's spokesman, so to speak. He is to let the people know what time is it, what's going on behind their back.
Then a good Calypso is timely and timeless, meaning
I hope you all understand how we're going in. Understand how we're going. This is how I teach at university. In a lecture, you have to live it and understand.
Morning, everyone. My name is Marvo, and like everybody else here, I've been involved in this business for a long time as an artist, singing all genre, and that's one of the things that my colleagues would know, that I encourage them to be an artist and not just a Calypsonian, to be able to sing every genre and make yourself more marketable. I love the energy, and one thing that I'm smiling at today is that message that the Calypsonians are supposed to be the people's spokesperson. I think the Calypsonians are allowing themselves to stray away from that, and we need to get back to that. So thanks everyone for coming, and I hope we could have more of these sessions.
Hey, good morning, Phil Morgan. Well, I'm just here to learn. I've been in the music business a long time. Played with Black Sun, was associated with Signal at some point. Did Steel Pan, Calypso. Music is my life. Youth, the National Youth Band. Well, we started up also, can't forget, must give kudos to Patches for the talent and the move. I don't think a lot of people would remember him for that. He would have made it possible for lots of musicians in St. Vincent and throughout, giving them their little exposure. You have Cali from Black Sand, Bomani. Yeah, he was here. Bomani is one of those who would have passed through both the youth band and patches with Talent on the Move. Cleves, well, Melissa Scott, through the youth band, Scotty, still known as Scotty. Patches' son actually is who got me into the music business through Timmy Jai. We started with the steel band through Timmy's high school. Then we moved over to the secondary school band, which became the National Youth Band, then the Foundation Band. Now they're having school band showcase going around. But unfortunately, my thing with that is that before they started that, they should have gotten the previous members. All right. All right.
I can tell you that. You're going to take it personal. All right, thank you. There's time and place for everything. All right, good. Junior, lights. This is 2001 I Judges competition. This song is called Judgment. It was written by a guy named, hold on, we first name again, Patterson. How much of you remember, he's John Mason's cousin. Patterson will work with Cardi. What is his first name again? He died the other day. Yeah. In other words, he's a VINCENT. He wrote this song. Who? Yeah. Right? So this was written by a VINCENT. This is Barbados crop over. And I am telling you what about. Listen attentively. Watch and listen.
You have to make sure we listen to the melodic structure of the music. The presentation must be sound.
Hold on a minute. As chief judge, I have to clear one thing.
Junior, pump up a little bit. Keep your finger on the button.
On judgment, you have to make sure we listen to the melodic structure of the music. The presentation must be sound.
Hold on a minute. As chief judge, I have to clear one thing. What do you want to drink?
No. Let me get in order. I want to know who's made his costumes for them. Is that real good item? You know, I can't stand.
I want to make this very clear. There's a movie on television at midnight that I want to see, so I hope he cuts the song in half. What do you think? Hello?
That's covered.
But the point is, if we can get through quick enough, let me decide what time the food coming out.
No. We have to study the Calypsonian carefully.
Man, that is
make
the
sure we
main
are
point.
fair.
What time the food coming?
Authentic Calypso, they used to repeat the first line. Why did you know that in authentic Calypso, they used to repeat the first line? Why now you know? Well, in that case, then brother man, for years we have another Calypso competition. Explain to me how can we one with the Juni song. When a Calypso wrong, singing a ring bang, and them Calypso judges, please don't blame them for me. It is not their fault that they cannot judge properly. Calypsonians spend thousands on presentation, only get 5 points and they lose the ground. We putting on a show for Minister McGuffin. So who the hell does be judging we? Any lyrics category to the judges mean social commentary. Calypso topics on the top seat. So who the hell does be judging me? Half of them can't sing like me. They sing out the key and come before AC. Kid side, would you explain that to me quickly? Who the hell does be judging we? And tell Ilombi, Adrian holding on to the Calypso ballad from like brother Aloes and Baron. You want a man who does sing ballads sweeter than Birdie? If Sparrow was me, he would say, Motley, who the hell are you to judge me? Calypso is Calypso. I wondering if them so-called judges know what Kaisonian scholar beat wrong. Play the dominant seventh, let me expound the 1-4-5 chord structure, characteristic of Kaiso genre. So don't be ashamed, cause you didn't know what constitutes an authentic Calypso. And they are some judges, self-appointed, it's true, just flapping their mouth, and them just don't have a clue. Look, he played Kaiso, so suddenly, if he got the right to say, left me at this semi, I don't admire you giving your mouth liberty. Who the hell are you to judge me? You serenade me, jokers in the pack, but this joker here still got your back. I really think you should be up here with me. But who the hell does be judging we? When them announce Gabby in the crown, camera zooming on RPB and King John. Make that bike look like a Johnny. So who the hell does be judging we? Maybe it was money talking through his big mouth. It was beyond the imagination. How them two get beat out? John wasn't so bad, but 6th place for RPB. Make the 5-time monarch ask me, who the hell does be judging we? I saw. What's your credential? Do you have the right to judge me at all? Do you know a major from minor? Are you diminished or augmented musically? You go to 10th, you love guys, so that gives you the right to judge me. I want to know crowd response and favoritism and politics to judge the Calypsonian. But you do the wrong thing to get this Calypsonian upset. Crowd response you want? Crowd response you can get. Look, to win a Kaiso competition at the stadium, must I walkie-walkie inside of my song? Do a wedding dance with a veil on me? Who the hell does be judging me? 7 crown, 3 water car, and yet he got to drive round with a chauffeur. I got the guts to come to carry my Mitsubishi. Well, who the hell does be judging me? As for the one that they call Fingal, he don't give a damn about judges at all. Ratting the prelim, right out the semi. Well, who the hell does be judging me? Last year's party monarch was like Nixon's Watergate. The extra time he took can't be found on any tape. They unfair rupee, but he jumped everybody with road march from Bridgetown to Miami. So who the hell does be judging we? Stadium, won't you sing with me? Sing it out, I'm begging you. Look, do you remember 1988 crop over? When they give the king crown to Queen Rita. Look, quick, spot a light on them judges, quick, let me see. The fire one last year, she sued me and TC. Don't you think I got better legs than Gabby?
Yeah, but
Come in. You meet fellas in your heart to hear you know.
actually it depends on what you want me to comment on.
Just say what you feel like. What you think it goes?
All right. Okay. First of all, I think that the presentation was appropriate and quite good in my view. I had some problems with the Bajan business, right? Yeah, the language, yes. I had difficulty. Yes, but he seems to be singing on who are these people who are judging him, right? I think generally it was a good production, a good performance. As I said, I couldn't hear some of the words, yes.
In the semifinals, he fell hoarse, and he missed about half of a verse. Just give me a minute. Apollo, in the middle of a Calypso workshop. You sure you don't call Calypso man in the middle of a workshop? I'm in the midst of a Calypso workshop, Apollo. Just go home and knock the door and let them give you the key. All right, then, buddy. There's a Calypso then from Barbados calling me. Right. In the semifinals, he fell hoarse. I was a judge, right? And he made the finals. And everybody in Barbados wanted to know how he fell hoarse, didn't sing a few lines, and still make a finals. He won. Right? He won. Let me continue. Let's continue.
Morning, I am Azara. I was 30 years in the business. Tanny is my son. I come here representing Ontal, and I can learn as much as I can learn from the judges and everybody else. Well, I was made here, but I born there. Arima Bella. A couple years well.
Azara is a pan prodigy in the Caribbean, especially with his melodies. He's very, very melodic. Yeah? Oh, that's Patches behind it. All right, next.
All right, good morning, everyone. My name is Maxwell Tajo Francis, a two-time Calypso monarch. I started writing Calypso somewhere around 2000, maybe 2001 at the primary school when I started.
Yeah, but that's Calypso. Why are you sure I didn't meet you in 2001?
Well, I used to be a dancehall artist before. and I was very good at what I did.
The first time I met him, a promoter came and said, put that up on the show. I never met him, never heard him. When he man show. He did an excellent job on that show.
Yes, I used to be a dancehall artist before. One night I happened to go into a Calypso tent. I was invited. And I never used to have a love for Calypso. But on that night, the tent won me over. I think was Slider was the MC. Slider, I think he passed recently. Yeah. Right. He was the MC. I didn't know. That was my first tent experience. And from there, I just threw away. I just threw away dancehall. I fell in love with Calypso. So I was writing for the juniors over the last 10 years or so. I would have won, I think, 7 junior Calypso crown. Probably the first writer to win both primary and secondary in one show. I think Christo did that feat maybe a year or 2 ago. And I've been trying to learn the art form. I've been trying to study the craft over the years to try to see how I can get better at it. And I'm here today as well to tap into your experiences and to see what I can learn to take the the art form to a better, to greater heights. Thank you.
Right, so this is another one about judges and judging criteria. And I personally, in this workshop, I'm not going to pick the Vincent and Calypso, because nobody going down tongue to say, I say this about hyper song or whatever. I'm just dealing with principles. In the last song, they talk about criteria, chord structure with Zan income. You already talk about major, minor, augmented. You all, now you, I ain't talking to you. You keep down your hand, right? If you just come to the cinema, when I started in Calypso, doing shows in the cinema, fellas inside there in the pit, we've seen them, boy, pit, hear them, big yard. And the man singing shit. And I say, big yard, stuffy. Man singing stuffy, this is stuffy God on here alone. Yeah, big yard. So because you go to a tent, does that qualify you to be a judge? Do you know what's the difference between a major chord, a minor chord, and augmented? If you are integrally involved, you should know, right? Everybody know I'm a sound engineer, I'm a recording engineer, I'm a producer. And the members of Touch will tell you, don't play anything wrong, it drives me crazy. And I said, well, Brian, what? Well, Patches know that. Brian, what's that you playing there? And I know you're playing the right thing. I said, that note. He said, oh, let me try this other invention. I said, yeah, that's it there. That is it. What was that? Oh, I moved the seat to, I said, yes, that's it there. Because that song's right. You understand? It might be theoretically correct, but practically incorrect. Why am I saying these things? As judges, as writers, you have to pay attention to that. I told you all about Eddie Grant, right? Blue Wave Studio. I didn't mention Blue Wave Studio. When we went to Blue Wave Studio in 1991, 1991? No, 1990. First year we went there. Rolling Stones are there. They say, oh, you can't stay in the block. Rolling Stones control the block, you'll control the next block. We there recording from 9 o'clock in the morning till about 3 o'clock in the morning. When we go in our bed 3 o'clock, Rolling Stones don't come out their room. And we in our room lay down, all we hear out there. Bram, 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 bram. First night, second night, bram, bram, bram. Third night, bram, bram, bram. So Jesus, man, the men crazy. Man, we just don't make a song already. Then the fourth night, we and we go across the men and drinking wine. We got it. Bram, 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 bram. And then we suddenly realize what they're doing is investing time in getting that simple phrase the most effective way. People just come in a studio and tell you, oh, boy, did one take. You could never sing a song in one take. Me and Kiwi tell you. You could if you hear how much hours Rihanna take to sing one song. But the last album Rihanna did, all the vocals were recorded in bars by a studio. She takes 6 months to sing the album. 6 months. Them young fellas just go, play the rhythm. Come back. Yeah, ready. Y'all never hear about me and Scorpion? The youth band, they bring Scorpion to sing it. A tune named Pull the Rope. You remember that tune there? How much you know that? Pull the Rope. Channel, you go know. Channel, you know Pull the Rope? That is the first big song the National Youth Band was on. Patrick. Pull the rope, loosen up. Right, and then what the next song name?
Oh, wow.
Man, you can't remember, man. You ask Jai, Mr. Jai. The National Youth Band in 1996 did 2 songs that was on the top of the chart, even to the extent that they get hired for Clash of the Band. So time for Scorpion to sing this song. I tell him, he ready? I said, no, you ain't ready. You see what I mean? I said, go in that room and exercise. He take me and go in there for 2 minutes. Scorpion said, when he see 2 hours reach, he said, this man ain't like me. So when the 2 hours done, I said, call Scorpion. He come, he see him sweaty, he vex, he blue vex. He come in. I said, sing this song now. Boy, you don't want to hear better vocals. When that tune hit that's what creates Scorpion career, you know. It's not the roadman song, you know. He built his career name. When them loosen up? Yeah, you remember the song? Right, good. We're going back here to another Calypso about judging. This one is called 10 Points. The singer is a very good friend of mine. For 10 years, I worked with this tent as the engineer and chief advisor. His name is Colin Spencer. The song is called 10 Points.
Spencer boy, don't fret.
Spencer boy, don't fret.
What's for you, you will get.
One day you will get
It might be when you're old and gray, but you still get it anyway. You're minding them fellas with the dooba-doos, ahas, and I tell you, you're going to suffer massive heart attack if you don't modernize your act and sing your calypso because you love it without expecting financial profit. But don't let these people think you is not a me. Tell them how they does just so in this country. They're giving for popularity. If you under 40, if you having a earring, if you jumping and prancing, if you is a naughty dread, if you just bang up your head, and if you have the backing of an MP, for sure you start off with 20. Bam bam biddy. Spencer boy, don't cry.
Spencer boy, don't cry.
Wipe the tears from your eye.
Soon you will be smiling.
Your wisdom will help you get higher. You'll be a hero when you die.
Shoo-ba-doo.
You're spending money, buying up costumes to performing. When an oversized pants and a t-shirt is really working, and you must stick with the tempo. You know you got that. Don't go in the party if your gut's too fat, or then you will be huffing and puffing when the judges need to hear what you're saying. Although they're giving, if you are a former king, if you just hide and smoke your thing, if you pass through teen talent for not attacking the government, if you record in Barbados, if you arrange as Nicholas, and if by chance you're a true Rasta, observer said they deduct 20 from you. Bye.
Tajo, that's true. Patches. You know you could say anything, Patches.
Good morning to everybody. I see my former tent leader over there and my buddy. Aipa! All right. Folks, good day. My initiation into music came quite a while ago, you know. I was a little boy growing up in Frenchville. Well, before that, I got to be involved in steel band music in what we call Block 2000 these days with Holly Pear and the brother here, father, Tanny Peters. I was a little boy. No, that was a little boy, man, about 5 years old, man, and those guys initiated me into pan. Then I got into Frenches. I got to meet a guy named Sparrow Duncan. Many of you might not know of a guy named Sparrow Duncan. He became a national soccer player, a national cricketer, a drummer for a band called Latiniers, led by Corwin Morris. And Sparrow Duncan was also, to me, one of... Well, you would know him. I'm just giving the information to the younger ones who might know. And those are the people, along with people like Paddy Corey, Owen Ralph, Charles Fraser, Brother Bob, Ishmael, and those guys. Because I played pan with a band called Castrol. We won Panorama years ago. Also with a band called S.O.N. Grow. I played steel band as a little boy. And then I got involved in Calypso. I remember the little boy in pastures of the grammar school field. I started to sing Calypso because my older brother, for years gone now, brought home a quattro and we learned to play it. And I had my first song called Hold the Foul Thief Policeman. This was a policeman who stole a fowl and cooked it in the police station in Layu. He's dead and gone now. And I used to sing that song to get a cake from a woman named Mary who used to sell cake and thing on the pasture. So she liked how I used to, my antics, my singing stuff. So I got a bunch of recognition for that. Then I ended up singing with the first Calypso tent I remember in Middle Street in a place called the Oddfellows Lodge. There was people like Sheila, Leader. There was an Indian Calypsonian. Who know the Indian Calypsonian we had before Phoenix? Spider Solin, you know the history. I sang between Mordecai, Lord Hawk, Summers. I was a little boy between them. They were a bit older than me. And in those days, for those of you who might not be aware, we had 12 pence, 6 pence. You know what they pay me? A 60 cents piece I got. I love that. So I said, boy, Calypso, I got a couple dollars. So I stayed singing my Calypso and stuff. Then I leave and I went to Trinidad and I got involved over. They beat a little pan and came back here. And then got involved with playing music in a band with the encouragement of a guy named Dougie Joseph, we know him as Boney Nose. He saw me playing this guitar and he said, Patches, you could play in a band. And that encouraged me to start my first band, of which people like Cali, yeah, people like Eldon Jack, and quite a number of other people. The same the Vinci was in our tent. It was called Future Stars. Diffu, Phoenix, let me through Victoria Park and stuff like that. And then I got involved in the Calypso scene, and a whole lot of people, I don't want to call names, got involved, and some of them make me proud today because I felt that my encouragement and support did a lot for them, and some of them, you know, has become national icons in their own right. People like Kyron Batiste used to live down by me, and a number of other people who I wouldn't mention. And folks, today, I am happy to be a Calypsonian, and I do other things. I sing rock and roll, blues, boogie woogie, and stuff like that, too, because I did that. And let me let you all know, most of the people here are older folks, so I ain't seeing no youngster here, and that is disheartening. I've went to Germany, lived in Holland, England, France, Canada, Belgium, North America, Canada, and America, played for Beckett, Social Scorcher, playing music. So it's a good profession. But outside of St. Vincent, right now, we need to get the young people involved. And I keep telling my president there, Kaba, we have to do something. Scotty, with your influence, I hope you could encourage the powers that be this season to let at least one Calypso tent go to the schools. We've been trying it, and they keep objecting. Me and I have been asking CDC for years now. Let me go in the schools and sing some Calypso. They would know who's Marvo. They would know Zara, Da Vinci. They would know myself. You only hear these names, homie. We need to get Calypso back in the schools. The last time we went, one of the teachers tell us, she ain't want no Calypso in the school like if it's her own thing, because Calypso is ungodly and that kind of stuff. So folks, those of you who have a little influence, encourage the powers that be that Calypso is a great art form, challenging, and it has a lot to offer, and we must get the kids them reinitiated into the Calypso art form. I'll stay right there for now.
Thank you, Patches. And I cannot repay Patches for the amount of things he do for me. He's one of the first person who had confidence in me as an engineer. Patches had imported some amplifiers at a time. I called me, say, I have some amplifiers. The only person I know who know about them is you. When I go and see the thing, I know nothing about them. He said, but you will leave it until they get it work because you can't get it work. And I did get it work, right? Patches, the school thing, look, Kaba, is it last week, Kaba, I sent you a text? Right. I have given suggestions to Kaba in some precise ways. What I didn't mention to you, I was a teacher and I taught music as well. And I had a Calypso competition in the Lowman's school. I had a Calypso competition. I had an agreement with the CDC that every student would get passes to different shows, including the Junior Calypso. And I had entrance into the Junior Calypso for many, many years. Some of the top musicians you have right now in St. Vincent, I taught them music at the Lowman School. And Jeff Fenner would say that when they come to him, he would say, Scott, he teach you, right? The fact is, where we are with our Junior Calypso, we're way behind. In 2001, the NCF in Barbados asked me what they could do to improve the Junior Calypso. And I tell them, come with St. Vincent to me. So they came to St. Vincent. They saw what we were doing here. There was a lady, what was her lady name? Headley, Janelle Headley or something like she named. She came here, and she saw everything, and they went back, and they started theirs. They now have Junior Calypso tents. They have Junior Calypso tents, and they also have Junior Calypso semi-finals and the finals. In St. Vincent, we still have audition and what? Finals. After how many years? We need to do something. We need to do something, Patches. I totally agree with you. And I already spoke to Kaba. I spoke to a number of Calypso unions, including vibrating skates, about things we could do that don't cost them. I said, skates, you live right next to Lowman School. You know, if you have to drive a car, you got to walk to Lowman School. I said, Patches, you just live around the corner. You should be able to go to my Catholic school, right? It means we'll have to deal with the Ministry of Education. And the Minister of Education, where Ron, he gone? Ron gone? Right, we sat together in grammar school, so should be able to mash his big toe. Right, one other thing, and then we're going for the break. After the break, you notice we have 4 or 5 stations set up, right? I want you to congregate in groups, not based on friends, based on interests. Chiwali, you alone here? Who else is there? Soca, Ragga Soca. You alone? Are you come for Calypso? So you come for anything? Okay. Well, we have 5 stations set up. I want you to go in groups. The instructions are in the program. You would select a video. You're free to pick any one you want. If you want to pick a St. Vincent one, Trinidad, Montserrat, my suggestion to you is spread your wings, because the good thing with YouTube, all kinds of things are there. For Montserrat, you have the bear, who has won the crown in Antigua and Montserrat for you met the bear when you were in Montserrat, right? The bear. He changed his name to the Voice. He's from Montserrat. In Antigua, he was called the bear. When he went back to Montserrat, he changed his name from the bear to the Voice, so as not to mix up the 2 catalogs, right? Dominica, you have King Dice. King Dice win but a dozen times. You know about King Dice? Right, King Dice. Almost every Caribbean country has a Calypso competition. The last time I counted 40-something competitions. Huh? Yeah, St. Martin, Sabre, Curacao, everyone. And they also have a Soca Mana competition too. Spread your wings, pick one, pick a video, look at it, and see what you like about the performance or what you like about the song, whether it be melody, lyrics. Don't study no points thing. You're just dealing with impression. What you like, what you don't like. Don't study no points thing, right? Yeah. No, they don't have no competitions. They're none in Jamaica. There used to be one at UWI, but there are no Calypso competitions in Jamaica. I suspect within the next year or 2, they will get back a competition because they are building back the Carnival brand, right? Okay, you all understand what I'm asking you to do? Monty and Junior will help you all with the setup, all right? When you finish, you'll come back and you'll report, you'll show the video, and you will give your assessment afterwards. You're reaching time for amen because I know where's the break. Break. And when we come back, we'll continue the introductions. You all see how I'm doing it. I ain't doing it 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll pick up from Homie. Right, Homie? When I ask for them. Any questions? Any question? You good? Right, so break. Kaba. Chanel.
Yes, folks. So that was the first part of the session. As Dr. Scott indicated, we'll take a break now. We'll reconvene at maybe in 10 minutes, Kaba? 15 minutes. Yeah. All right. Thank you. Okay, everyone, we are ready to resume. Please break out into the groups. A set of chairs here. There's one in the back, one over on my left, and one in the corner right here. So let's break out into groups. I think we can have at least about 4 persons, 3 or 4 persons per group. Let's do this. Someone in the group has to have a device that is able to play a video from YouTube. Or they have a television. Oh, they have television. Oh, but there's none over there. Okay. Okay, judges, Calypsonians. This table, these chairs over here empty. Nobody is over here. Yeah, let's. Hmm? No, we're just getting them into groups. Oh, no. Okay, we also want the folks, some dynamites, to engage in this exercise as well, because we want to hear your report as well. So just form yourself into a group and... Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So dynamites, we're asking you also to get into a group and select your video. And we would love to hear your comments after. Okay, so who is in this group? Well, we might have to join another group because we might only have enough people for 3 groups. Right, so. How much chairs do you have up there, Colette? 1? There. Okay. There's 1 there, so I'll come over there. Yeah, go anywhere.
But now a little bit. Now a little bit.
If I say the currents are warriors, I am sure all here will agree, because that is what they have taught us. It's a story. It's what they have
I go along with you there. This confidence was good. You have tremendous confidence. Doctor is so nice.
And for the age and the